So you just said him.
So it just goes to buttress the point that there are some irregularities where some of these people, their appointments are concerned. And as such, as a government, and coming into a situation where you find yourself in a broke country and being saddled with this number of people that you have to cater for, it is just right for you to say, look, let's have a look at the way this thing is done. And from what I read, it's like, yes, you can leave, but when the portals are opened, you can reapply. And that for me is fair deal for everybody. Because we're in this country and we heard so many things. Even after this elections and all, we are hearing of people having to pay monies to be given positions or to be employed. Now, the whole thing is it that they had the qualifications and they paid the monies and were employed? Or is it that some of them were just given jobs because people took monies to fix them in certain areas? So I am of the view that what the revocation is going to do is to streamline the posting or employment of every Ghanaian. What I know is that when there are vacancies in the public service, it is advertised for everyone to have the opportunity to at least apply for. If you do well, you go for an interview, you follow all the procedures and all that. Did they follow due process? Did they ask for financial clearance? All these things we need to know. And at the end of it, were there emergencies? Was it such that it couldn't wait for the next government to take charge and make sure that at least it was on a sound footing to be able to employ those people?
In the public sector, we know that there would have been financial clearance first, and this will be a process, not a day's event. So it's most likely that most of these recruitments, the process would have started long before the elections.
Okay. So granted that maybe it was started long before the elections. Couldn't it have been passed on to the new government? Because there's no rush in that. If you have taken people and you feel that they are qualified for the jobs that you have posted them to, you should be able to give that list to the next government to deal with. Because after all, they are going to be the ones to pay the workers. The remuneration and everything is going to come through them. So I think that the MPP has no case in this situation. We saw what happened in 2017. I think a bunch of people were in military training and they were all sacked. They were actually going through training. And so many other things, so many other people lost their jobs. So at the end of it, these are political positions, most of them. Political positions. And once a change of government comes, yes, you have to go. And when it comes to the other positions within the public sector, one would say that it is always good for one to take one's time, at least make sure that you're getting the right caliber of people. We cannot go and employ probably nurses who have not gone through the system. We cannot go and employ teachers who probably haven't gone through the system just because they have come out. There's so many stories of malfeasance going around because of job selections and stuff. And for me, teaching and nursing are very critical professions in this country. Not too long ago, we heard the president of the Ghana Medical Association complaining about the number of lawsuits that they are having to deal with because of negligence on the part of certain medical personnel. Nurses come under that as well. So it will be just fair that you give them the opportunity to look through and interview these people. They should reapply and just make sure that they are qualified to look after us. That is the main thing. And when you come to teaching, the teachers are the ones that will nurture our young ones and our future generations. We have problems with people telling about drunken teachers, teachers who don't go to work, teachers who do not qualify. They cannot, even they themselves, express themselves, let alone teach our young ones. So in all these things, I think that as a country, we should accept the fact that there is need to look through this revocation. There's need for us to ask them to step aside and to reapply when the portals are opened.
Interesting.